Welcome back. This is part 2 of the pre-algebra chapter 4 test review. And I started on problem number 24 but didn't finish. And just to recap what we did the prime factorization for the numerator. And we have that as 2 times 11 times m times m times n. And then our denominator, because 11 is a prime number, it just stays there, times m times n times n. Then we can take off whatever is shared on the top and the bottom. So one sets of m's, one sets of n's, and we can take off the 11. So what we're left with is 2m over n. For number 30, our directions say find the product. Write your answer using exponents. And the rule that we're going to use is a to the n times a to the m is equal to a to the n plus m. And so we're going to be adding our exponents when the bases are the same and both of them are multiplied. So in this case, we've got 2 to the 11th times 2 to the 14th. That's going to give us 2 to the 25th power. (32) is 7 to the 8th times 7 to the 9th. This is going to be 7 to the 17th power. 34, we want to break this apart just a little bit so that we understand that it's 16 times b to the 4th times b squared. Now these two, obviously, we can combine. And so this is going to be 16 times b to the 6th power. 36. Once again, we're going to break this apart. This is 5 times b times 4 times b to the 9th. So let's look at our b's first. This b, we're going to put a b to the 1st power. And so b to the 1st times b to the 9th would give us b to the 10th. And then we can multiply 4 times 5, which gives us 20. 20b to the 10th power. All right, problem number 38 is asking us to write the expression using only positive exponents. And we are going to use the formula a to the negative n is equal to 1 over a to the positive n. So using this formula, we could write this with positive exponents as 1 over 12 to the positive 4th power. Number 40, we're going to break into pieces. This is actually saying 7 times c to the negative 3rd. Well, using that formula that we just wrote, a to the negative n is equal to 1 over a to the positive n, we can take this c to the negative 3rd power and write it as 1 over c to the 3rd. But then we have to still multiply it by 7, and to multiply 7 times a fraction, we have to make it a fraction, so we put it over 1. Then multiplying across, 7 times 1 is 7, and 1 times c to the 3rd is c to the 3rd. So our answer is 7 over c to the 3rd. All right, number 42, they're asking us to write the number in scientific notation. And so I would put the decimal point here. So this would be 7.45 times 10. And then I start here and see how many places I have to move to get to that decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now, is this a positive or a large number or a small number? It's a small number, so it would be negative 7. So the answer is 7.45 times 10 to the negative 7th. 48, we have a very small number again. To write this in scientific notation, the decimal point would go right here. So we have 8.81 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once again, it's 7. Small number gives us a negative. So we have 8.81 times 10 to the negative 7th power. 48 is asking us to tell which scientific notation is larger using greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. And what I would do is I would turn this into standard form. So this would be 4.8 and times 10 to the negative 5th. So I would have to move that decimal point to to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So it's going to end up 0.00048. And this next one would be 4.08. And I'm going to have to move this one to the left 8 places. Put a bunch of zeros out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more would be 8. So now we're looking at these two numbers. Which one is smaller? This number is smaller. And so we would put in the greater than symbol.